Welcome. This channel is brought to you by Double Six. I'm a rich, wealthy, 6'2" black, red pill Sigma man from South London. On this channel, I discuss money, cars, women, and children. These are the topics that dominate all men's lives. I'm an authority on these topics and I want to share my stories and expertise with you. In my first series of videos, I spoke to you about mastering the keys to personal success. One of my keynote videos was mastering your dark side. But as you explore these topics on how to achieve personal success, I start to thrash out more and more competencies required to be a successful individual. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to detect and identify losers in your life. But I want you to stay tuned towards the end of this video where I'll give you one killer tip on how to identify these losers and how to repel and keep them away from your inner circle. So let's get inside this to untangle this a little bit more, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. I always say, to live is to suffer. Life is a battle for territory. The world owes you nothing. You have to take what you want, and once you've taken it, you have to guard it, sometimes by risking your life. If you don't have any enemies, then you're not a threat. You're a harmless little beta male out here. A harmless man isn't a good man. He's a useless man. A beta soul is doomed to achieving greatness. There's no virtue in harmlessness. Real virtue is knowing that you have the capability to be a monster, but more significantly, choosing not to be. If you're a harmless man, then you're not a good man. A good man is a very, very dangerous man with control of his emotions. I create these videos to help people become more deadly and more dangerous and to achieve personal success. But in order to do this, you have to know how to be able to assess the people around you. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to achieve personal success, you have to ensure that you're spending time with people that can uplift your average. In order to do this, you have to ensure that you keep certain types of people outside of your inner circle. But who are the people that you should separate from your inner circle? You have to ask. Well, let me break it down for you just a little bit more. These people that you should keep outside of your inner circle, I break them down into 3 groups. Group number 1 are losers. Group number 2 is envious people. And group number 3 are people that do not believe in you. In this video, I'm going to help you to identify the people in group number 1, and that's the losers. There are 2 types of people in this world, winners and losers. You know, I like to turn to the scriptures as a basis of giving my examples. In my earlier videos of betrayal, I showed you that the greatest symbol of betrayal was the cross. But more significantly and relevant to this video, the greatest example of a loser was Jesus Christ. Open your Bible and turn to Mark 15, where it describes the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. The crowd, including the religious leaders, laughed at Jesus' weakness and they made fun of him. They shouted, "He saved others, but he cannot save himself." Jesus was the best example of a loser. He was a weak soul. He was a harmless individual, harmless as a dove. He was humiliated. He was trampled on. Jesus was abused during his crucifixion. He was whipped and murdered. I honestly believe that I will die by homicide. I have nightmares that haunt me very often. I think that I'll be murdered by the hands of some punk that catches me slipping one day. I've done okay so far, but I really do believe, like Jesus, I will lose my life by homicide. But that's another video for another day. Back to the script. Jesus is the definition of a lamb to the slaughter. To put it plainly, he was a loser. You don't want losers like this in your inner circle. You don't want people close to you that are lambs to the slaughter, willing to be humiliated, trampled on, abused, spat on, whipped, and submit to being murdered. No matter what good cause you might say Jesus died for, you don't want nobody in your inner circle willing to be a loser just like him. If you want to share some examples of traits of a loser, please share these in the comment section below. I'm creating content to help you, but I can also learn from others too. So engage with me where possible to share the knowledge that you have. Hit that like button to boost the channel ratings and smash that subscribe button to be notified of powerful new content to promote success, well-being, and financial freedom. Before I hit you with more science, let me take some time to big up the sponsors. Let me interrupt this important information. Take some time to big up the channel sponsor, Cashapp Shipping. Cashapp Shipping is a London-based freight forwarding service that exports personal effects, household goods, vehicles and machinery to all major islands of the Eastern Caribbean, including Jamaica, Trinidad and Barbados, just to name a few. They have a fantastic online booking service for collections and deliveries within the London area, so check out Cashapp Shipping. The link will be in the description below. So let's get a little deeper into defining the characteristics of losers so you can remove them from your inner circle. Firstly, having a setback doesn't make a person a loser. Taking a loss is not the same as being a loser. I think being a loser is a chemical and emotional state of a person. Taking one or more losses doesn't make a person a loser either. All true losers are born losers. I want to separate people who have a loss or two in their life from the people I will call natural born losers. So what does a natural born loser look like? Let's set out the 8 traits of a natural born loser. Number 1, natural born losers are overeducated and underemployed. Number 2, natural born losers believe they cannot achieve. Number 3, natural born losers are proud of the things they didn't do. Number 4, natural born losers have losers in their circle of close friends. Number 5, natural born losers blame someone else for their lack of achievement. Number 6, natural born losers don't execute. Number 7, natural born losers don't feel no shame. Number 8, natural born losers, they don't want for things. They don't want for nothing in their life. If you want to share some examples of traits of a loser, please share these in the comment section below. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I give you my killer tip on how to identify traits of the people who are likely to be losers in your camp, that you've got to either repel them or expel them from your inner circle. Don't forget, hit that like button to boost the channel ratings and smash that subscribe button to be notified of powerful new content to promote success, well-being and financial freedom. Let's explore the 8 traits of a natural born loser a little deeper. Trait number 1. Natural born losers are overeducated and underemployed. Circumstance of overeducation and underemployment is a typical scenario of young people. Such people, such as people who have just left university, they have to take like low-paid jobs because they're just starting off their career. This characteristic is not used to define that group of people. The trait is more focused on the 40-year-old man or woman who is overeducated in relation to the job that they have. When I was younger, I used to take cab rides everywhere. Before it was Uber and the Uber app, you'd have to go to the cab office and you get a mini cab driver. And I remember loads of the cab drivers would all be studying for master's degrees, PhDs, and during the cab ride, they would always seek to tell you about their education, their degrees, their masters. But we're in the back thinking, why are you working late nights as a cabbie? Loser is all I've got to say about those type of people. Overeducated and underemployed. Number 2, natural born losers believe they cannot achieve. I previously made a video on the power of belief in order to achieve personal success. I'm gonna make a card and link it on one of these sides here, and I'll link to that video in the description below. Natural born losers do not believe in themselves. If you cannot believe in yourself, you will achieve very little in life. So as an internal aspect, natural born losers are self-sabotaging. They don't stand a chance of success because they just don't look at themselves in the mirror and believe in themselves. If you never set a goal or plan an outcome, you cannot know when you have achieved something truly meaningful, because you will not know when your beginnings should end, or nor when your ends initiate new beginnings. It's just that simple. Losers just don't believe in themselves. Trait number 3, natural born losers are proud of things they didn't do. And let me give you some examples. These natural born losers, when they see the stock market crashing, they'll be texting all their mates and going, I'm glad I didn't invest in stocks and shares. They'll be proud to tell people, look at those fools, they invested in stocks and shares and I just kept my money in fiat currency in the bank and it's not growing and it's losing, its value by inflation year on year by 3, 4, 5%, but I'm the smart one because I didn't invest in stocks and shares. They're kind of proud of not doing things. That's what losers are. But they don't get to experience the financial gains when stocks and shares are rising. But they don't think like that. They only chime in to tell you that they're proud of not doing things. For example, losers would be like when they see but poorly behaved children. They tell people, oh, I'm glad I don't have no children. And that's why I didn't want no children, because if I did have children, they wouldn't behave like that. So they tried to just use the negatives to kind of reinforce their lack of success and lack of achievement in life, when really it's most likely that nobody wanted to biologically invest in you as the loser or that person as the loser, and that's why they don't have no children. But when they see poorly behaved children, they want to come and chime out and say, oh, this is the reason why I didn't have no children and I'm the smart one, when really they're just a natural born loser. Trait number 4, natural born losers have losers in their close circle of friends. Nothing beats the statement that I've heard from I was a very young lad, yeah, that misery loves company. So losers will surround themselves with like-minded people, yeah. So birds of the same feather flock together, and losers will have other losers within their circle of close friends. So one way to identify if someone is a loser is to look at the people they have around them. Now, you're the average of the 5 people that you have closest to you. So when a loser will normally have 1 or 2 losers within the average of the 5 people that he spends. So a loser will most likely have other losers within his or her circle to keep their average down and to keep their average in the sense that they are a loser, and the circle of friends that they have with them will have losers within those circle of friends. So one way to identify a loser is to look at their circle of friends, and you'll see in their inner circle there'll be other losers too. I'm damn sure there won't be too many winners or too many high achieving individuals within the inner circle of a loser, yeah? Number 5, natural born losers blame someone else for their lack of achievement. The arch enemy of dreams is excuses. These losers, they blame the government, blame other people, they blame their schools, they blame their parents, they blame somebody else why they haven't achieved. They blame other people why they've lost in life. They don't want to take responsibility for their own life and for their own journey. So one way to identify a loser is to look if he's constantly blaming other people for why he or she has not achieved or not made any progress in life, yeah? Number 6, the 6th trait of a natural born loser, they don't execute. They don't follow through. They're very busy doing nothing. They start a project and then they stop the project. They flip-flop all about like fish in a boat. Losers, they do not execute. They don't see things through all the way to the end. They do not know how to persist without exception. If they knew how to persist without exception, they would not be losers. Trait number 7, natural born losers, they don't feel no shame. Natural born losers don't feel no shame. Let me give you an example. We had some workers working for us once, yeah? And the example is, guys always late, always late, always late, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 30 minutes late. So he gets the sack. We really don't sack no one in our business. We kind of just lay them off and let them cool out until they realize that they want a job and they want to progress and they need the money, and then they come back and kind of reform themselves. So nobody kind of gets sacked anymore. You kind of just get put down. But we put this brother down, and because he was being late. So we give him the talk, say, you're going to get put down. We're going to lay you off. You're going to lose your job because your timekeeping is poor. He says, okay, he accepts that. He knows he's been on 1, 2, 3 warnings, but we put him down. 6 months later, the guy will come back to us. He'll be like, please, I tried to get another job. It didn't really work out. I'll improve my timekeeping. I'm hungry. I want to come back on. I want to perform. And he'll give you the whole speech. We know we're just rolling our eyes in our head as the big dons and saying, all right, we'll put you back on a food, yeah, so you can hold the work, but we're going to see what happens. And let me tell you something, yeah, the first day that the man comes in, yeah, he comes in about 9:35. No shame. Head up, head not even down, yeah, just walks in 9:30 after being sacked, laid off for 6 months for timekeeping, for poor timekeeping. His first day back, he's full of excuses, blaming everybody else, trains, planes and automobiles, blaming everybody else. They got no shame. He's a loser. So what can I say? Yeah, trait number 8 of natural born losers. Here's the killer. They don't want for things. Let me explain something to you. Natural born losers, they don't want for things. They're happy living in a cardboard box, living in a room at their mother's house, living in a room above a chicken shop with a flat screen TV and a fan heater and hotspotting off of their pay-as-you-go mobile phone for internet to FaceTime some gal. Yeah, losers do not want for things. They do not want to be a success. They're happy just like, you know, like pigs playing in the mud. They don't want for nothing in life. No matter what you do, try to push them, try to motivate them. If you want them to have things, they don't want to have things themselves, because they know that in order to have things, that you have to be able to work hard for it and achieve hard for it, and they're not interested in hard work. They don't have a hard work ethic, so they just relax and resign their mind that they just don't want good or nice things in life. So if you want to share some examples of traits of a loser, please share these in the comment section below. Hit the like button to boost the channel ratings and smash that subscribe button to be notified of powerful new content to promote success, well-being and financial freedom. Let me delve a little deeper and hit you with my killer tip on natural born losers. And here it is. Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Natural born losers are naturally unlucky and unhappy in life. Avoid them like the strongest variant of the coronavirus. They are naturally unlucky and unhappy. So my killer tip to identify losers around you is look at these people, and if they are unlucky and unhappy, they're losers. Avoid them. Anyway, let's summarize this video, yeah? Not everyone has greatness within them. Some of us are born with it and some of us develop it. Some man are born for live and some man are born for dead. And some man are natural born losers. As winners, we need losers. They make it easier for us to look good. In order for us to win, we need losers to balance out nature. Try to remember this about a natural born loser. It's not that he or she was going nowhere, it's that they've already arrived. They've already arrived at their destination, which is just loserville. Let me remind you of the 8 traits here of a natural born loser, just to summarize this video. And these were: number 1, natural born losers are overeducated and underemployed. Number 2, natural born losers believe they cannot achieve. Number 3, natural born losers are proud of the things they didn't do. Number 4, natural born losers have losers in their circle of friends. Number 5, natural born losers blame someone else for their lack of achievement. Number 6, natural born losers don't execute. Number 7, natural born losers don't feel no shame. And number 8, natural born losers don't want for things. If you have friends or family in your inner circle that fit a few of these traits, then remove them from your inner circle as fast as you can. Remember, if you think this video will be useful to your friends and family, please don't hesitate to share it. After all, I create this content to help people, and you can help me by helping others by simply sharing the video to like-minded people. Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button to get notified of all the new content for the channel, yeah? So don't forget, I'm DoubleSix, I'm rich, wealthy, 6'2", black, red pill, Sigma man from South London. On this channel I discuss money, cars, women and children. These are the topics that dominate all men's lives. I'm an authority on these topics and I want to share my stories and expertise with you. I'm going to catch you on the next one, so just look out for more videos. I'll probably touch with envy. I think I'm going to work on jealousy and envy next, so I'll catch you on the next one. Little more.